Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. This is my first day of going live on my channel. I've never gone live on this channel, so this is the first day to go live on my channel. I have been chanting since 2007, or was it 2009? I still have my form. Let's see, what is it called? One moment. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience. I had to grab all of my information that I've saved since 2007, actually, 2008. 2008 is when I joined SGI, but I was introduced in 2007, the summer of 2007 in Berkeley, California. It was a very, very hot day. It was Juneteenth, actually. A great celebration there in Berkeley, California on Adeline Street. Adeline and Dwight Way. Anyway, SGI had a booth. So there were vendors at the Juneteenth festival. And I was just strolling along in my summer attire with a nice camisole. It was an umbrella, not a camisole, but anyway, it was a nice umbrella, very cute and dainty, beautiful yellow colors with green and red. And there was music. There was a sound stage with live music, live jazz musicians, and R&B musicians. It was fantastic. And I saw this guy who was very, very nice looking. So he sort of drew me to the tent, to their booth, the SGI booth. I had no idea what it was about, but I stopped and they gave me a lot of literature. I talked to them about their meetings and was invited to a meeting. I was intrigued. I later attended meetings, and from then on, I was hooked. And I suppose over the years prior to that, I felt like meditation, there were benefits to meditating. Not that chanting is meditating, but it's something along the same lines. So there was benefits that I had recognized and believed in. And also, I'm a person who's highly susceptible to hypnosis. So that's just something that just came to mind. So anyway, I went to meetings after meetings and heard the testimonies, the experiences, as they say, the experiences during the meetings and after the meetings were so fantastic. So interesting. And I eventually was inducted or received my Gehansen on February 24th, 2008, which was a great day, great experience right there in nearly in the heart of downtown Oakland, California. It was a great experience. I can see it now. It's very vivid in my mind. So since then, I have been thankful, feeling very grateful for the experiences, the people that I've met, and the experiences that I've heard of change happening for the members. What comes to mind right now are that there were members who had tremendous challenges, some dealing with alcoholism, child abuse, but they were all chanting for the betterment. And what was um, very, well, captivating was the change that occurred as a result of chanting. There was one story that was especially interesting. The person who introduced me to it, um, her name is Marion, and Marion had a story from years ago when she first started in SGI. And her story was that she was a realtor in Canada, quite successful. Well, to a certain extent, there were certain things that she really needed, she wanted, in addition to the monetary gain that she obtained while a realtor there in Canada. Most of all, she wanted a Mercedes car. She wanted a Mercedes car. And she says, I'm going to chant until I get that Mercedes car. And she had heard experiences of others who had chanted for what they wanted, and suddenly it appeared. Their wishes were granted. But she wanted her Mercedes car, and this is one of her stories, her experiences that she'd share with people at the meeting. And I happened to hear this one for the first time when I was there, one of the first experiences I'd heard. And she said she chanted and she chanted every day, every month. Months had began to pass by or roll by, and then it was coming up on a year. She's chanting for that Mercedes car. And lo and behold, a little later, after many chants and many reflections on this vehicle that she wanted in her life, there was somebody who came into her life who was very friendly and very open. And this Marion felt this was a truly good friend, a person who could be her best friend forever, as they say in Facebook. She truly began to really adore this person, and it turns out her name is Mercedes. And Mercedes was uh, a, a true friend, true and thick and thick and what is the word? True and true friend. So her Marion and Mercedes went out or did things together as often as possible, but they became those kinds of friends that kept in touch with each other and tried to um, have outings together at least on a regular basis, as friends would do. And Marion she continued to chant for that Mercedes car. She was very thankful for Mercedes, but she said, I want a Mercedes car. This is Mercedes is thing. I'm grateful. I love her. I really care for my new best friend. But I've got to keep chanting for that Mercedes car. She continued to chant and wish upon this Mercedes car as she chanted for world peace. And we need world peace right now. We should all be chanting for world peace. We need peace in this land. And soon thereafter, Mercedes had an announcement to make to her friend Marion. Mercedes was so excited. She just had to tell Marion about her newfound love. And Marion was so thankful and so happy for Mercedes. And Mercedes invited Marion to her wedding. She even invited Marion to be one of the best, well, a part of the bridal. Um, hmm, what do you call it? I'm sorry, I've never been married. So there's a group of girls that are part of the wedding, the bridal, whatever. So anyway, Mercedes got married and she married a man with the last name Carr. Mercedes Carr is her new name. And Mercedes was so excited. And Marion jaw dropped to the floor. So Marion never got that Mercedes car, but she got a Mercedes car friend for life. And which is better? Which would you say is the most valuable? Anyway, that was one of a phenomenal story, and it sort of drew me in further to chanting for betterment, chanting for uh, good things to happen in one's life, chanting for change, for the betterment of society, for the betterment of your own life. So I thought I'd share that today because I am forever a chanting Buddhist, and I'd like to hear your responses in the comments, and I'd appreciate that very much. And this is my first live of many, of very few lives actually. I've never gone live. Well, I've gone live, but not as much. I can count the number of lives on one hand. So I'm a little new. I'm not at the point of starting a podcast or of any sort, but I look forward to that and hearing your stories. Please return to my channel. I know I have 500 and so subscribers. I am so thankful. However, I'm a long way from getting monetized on this channel, which I thought I could. And with the kind of content that I have, which is repetitious, I was sad to find out that that is not monetizable. So I want to begin sharing my experiences, encouraging you to chant for in your life. And I may return later tonight because I have an issue that I have here in my living environment that I need to chant to change, chant for change. So I'm going to go live later tonight, and I hope that you will join into my live. I feel very comfortable on this channel for some reason. I do have another channel, and I'm not as easy to go live there as I feel easy here because I think amongst my Buddhist friends, I am accepted. Thank you, and please tune in later. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.